Imagine, for a moment, the sea, not the waves and sun with all their beauty, but underneath the surface, the howling dark, the unseen depths. A nightmare for many, but a home for you. After all, it takes a special sort of man to pilot a submarine. You and your crew are paid to voyage beneath the dark depths. Men call sailors brave, but you and your crew are the truly courageous ocean striders. After all, sailors can use the wind, sailors can breathe the open air, sailors are allowed the sight of the sun and stars, but you and your crew haven't seen those things in months, and the sweat-stained air is getting too much for you to bear. The pressure of the undersea, the distant howls in the night or day, you've stopped remembering which was which long ago. That's why you frown when you see it. A human body floating at the center of the howling dark, a beautiful woman. You and your crew watch her with awe, your first sight of the outside world in weeks. So strange, how still she is, lying there. How does she not float to the surface? How does her body not buckle beneath the ocean's pressure? You and your crew are spellbound by its beauty. A paradox, a light in the darkness. And you swear that something's called. Let's bring it in. You turn to your crewmate, Hans, who watches the woman with a glint in his eye. We should bring it in, he says, for inspection. You watch him in the captain's deck of your U-boat. And why is that, you ask him? We simply must, he replies. And you look upon Hans, watching the way his eyes are glinting. No, you say at last. Full steam ahead. Focus on the mission at hand. That night, while your crew sleeps, you walk the length of the submarine on your usual nightly rounds, taking stock of inventory, making sure the equipment is in good shape. As you walk through the U-boat, you think of the paradox you saw today. All science disproves it. The body at the depths of the ocean, still as death, gracefully floating there. You can't deny its beauty, can't ignore its majesty, but you also can't ignore the feeling that you felt, watching Hans's eyes. And not just Hans, the other sailors too, they watched it with more than awe. To them, it was their son, to them it was their spouse and children. It almost seemed like You wake up to commotion on the ship. When did you fall asleep, you think? As your door swings open and Hans walks out. What is it, you ask him, and he watches you curiously. It's here, he says. What are you talking about? The body, Captain, that you asked for. Your heart skips a beat. What? Well, last night, he says, you woke everybody up, and you told them we had to go back, told us that we had to retrieve that body, so we could bury it when we reach land. Your eyes wander. What? You look upon Hans. I never told you any of that. Captain, he frowns, upon the honor of my newborn child. You did. You walk out of the captain's cabin to the main deck of the U-boat, where the crew watches the body on the floor there. That beautiful, dead woman. And you watch her with them, for a time, an unknowable amount of time. All right, you look upon the crew, who don't even look at you. I'm keeping her, the body, in the captain's cabin. Now go back to your regular activities. They ignore you. Now! And they finally register your existence. Yes, Captain, they reply, and go about their tasks. And it's not simple curiosity in their eyes now. It's something more. You place her in the closet, for you fear what you might do if you look at her for too long. And it's not like she needs the air. Then, you fall asleep. What was that? A dream? A vision? You only saw it for a flash, but you swear it was the most vivid dream you've ever seen. An entrance to somewhere, and the woman smiling at you. You wake up, and in your cabin you plot the course for the rest of the mission, your Atlantic expedition to Port Royal. 2 more months, you say. 2 more months to freedom. But as you and your crew navigate the depths in these following weeks, something is changing. Strange things start to happen. Things you can't explain. You notice it at first when Hans tells you that most of the engineering team has fallen ill, and as a result, the engine has started overheating. Not a problem for now, but soon. Then, another instance, a young ship hand, no older than 24, hit his head on the stairs while cleaning and lost his life. A simple accident, they tell you, but you frown as you realize where he died, on the steps to your cabin. And so you frown as you take your nightly rounds about the deck. Again, another image of that door comes to your mind. That entrance to God knows where. Why do you keep seeing it? What brought this on? You can't help but think, I can't take it any longer. You turn. Who could be awake at this dead of night? Then you see him. Jacob, the engineering captain. I thought you were sick, you say to him, and he nods. Aye, indeed I am, but she can help me. She can show me the way. Jacob, what are you doing? He flashes a weapon by his sleeve, a pistol. Don't try to stop me, Cap. I don't want to hurt you. I just need help. He turns away and walks up to your cabin. After a moment, he reappears with a woman's body in his hands. She can show me the way, he smiles. The way to what, you ask? The way back to the light, to the warmth, to my family. That woman is dead, you tell Jacob. She can't help you. You don't understand. He nods as he walks away from you, still aiming the pistol at your head, and reaches the exit hatch. Jacob, that's pressurized. What are you doing? He enters the pressure chamber and closes it behind him. All you can do is watch from the window. She knows the way, he says. She can take me there. He holds the dead woman's body in his hands, as if she could guide him. She hangs limp there, supported by his arms. She promised me, and I believe her. He starts to twist the hatch. Jacob, stop! Jacob, stop! Stop what you're doing now. The crew wake up, and they make their way to the deck, but as you shout for them to help you, they stand still as statues. Help me, you ask of them. Help me stop him, but they just watch you. As if nothing is happening. Nothing at all. Jacob twists further. Jacob, don't do this. You have a wife waiting for you. I was at your wedding. I know that she loves you. You have a daughter. Would you leave her fatherless? Your wife a widow? Jacob looks back to you, and you watch his eyes. That glint in them. The glint you know well. And you know that there's nothing you can say. She knows the way, he says. You gasp as he opens the pressurized hatch and he is taken by the ocean's cruelty. It crushes him like the cruelest god, bursting his organs from his belly. Jacob, your friend, the engineering captain you hired, whose wife you promised to take care of him too, is now a paste at the bottom of the ocean. You stare off at the woman's body that he dragged with him. It remains perfectly intact, whole, and you know something is wrong. And so you shout to sail away, sail far away, as far as possible from that thing, and pray to never see it again. But of course, the next day, as you make the morning rounds, you see the body lying there, at the bottom of the deck, watching you. Hans stands beside you and nods to you, whispering, Captain, you should go. What, you ask? Look round. And you do, to see that the men of the U-boat all have weapons in their hands, from the cleaners, to the cooks, to the engineers. They look upon each other not with the camaraderie of a crew, but with the eyes of a hunter vying for territory. You look back to Hans. Captain, he says, I feel something when I look at this thing. Something I can't explain with all the words of Germany. I feel compulsion. When I stare at this thing, there's something deep inside me, calling to me, beckoning me to claim it for my own, to follow it. But when I look at you, I can tell you don't have that feeling, so Captain, I beg you, please, save yourself. Lock yourself in that captain's cabin, shut your ears with all your might. The tension rises. First, a pin drop, then the pistol cock. Swords are sharpened, axes are hardened, and you look down at the body. Again, the door, the entrance, stronger than you've ever felt it. You're wrong, you tell him. I feel it. Same as you, I can see it. Tell me, do you see it too? You ask him. That door, at the bottom of the ocean, shoves you back, thrusting you through the door of the captain's cabin. Guns are fired and swords clash as you are thrust into the captain's cabin, and the door is shut behind you. Unrivaled chaos screams from behind that door. Cleaner's sons, baker's boys, mechanics, shipwrights, scientists, rip and tear at each other like warring lions in their submarine Sahara. Roars of cruelty, clashes of conquest scream out from behind you as you raise a hand to the door to try and help them, to try and stop this, but you know deep down, there's no stopping what's going on now. After all, a deep part of you, The sun can pit at the depths of your soul, wants to join them, to go out there and battle. After all, the prize is out there. The body is out there. The body. You look down at your hands, and hooked around your arm is the body of the woman. She looks upon you with those dead eyes, unthinking, unfeeling, but you can swear she's smiling at you. Then, you realize it. Hans thought you better than him, unaffected by its pull, but you're the most affected. After all, as the memories come back to you, you realize that you did indeed go back for it at the very start, and in doing so you caused all this. The sounds of war cease behind you, to a silence eternal. You open the door of the cabin quietly, to see the carnage, the cruelty. Your entire crew lays as still as the body hooked around your arm. Only, they don't glow or float. They just lie there, lifeless. And in its own way, you find this beautiful. Engine bay hums its warnings of overheating. You don't have long now. You walk among the corpses, feeling that vision, that door now more than ever. And you could swear that even though the woman in your hands is dead, and still, she's leading you. She leads you toward the engine bay, and you put on a diver's suit, with limited oxygen, but enough to go there. And as the engine explodes behind you, you head for the exit hatch, and open it. As I write this message now, you, whoever is reading this, might not accept what happens next. After all, they could very well be the subjective and unreal creations of my overtaxed mind. I could barely understand it myself, but still, I implore you, take my words for what they are. I would ask of you one last thing. Imagine you're me. Imagine you swim through the howling dark, the silent night, the unseen depths of the ocean. Behind you, the ship implodes on itself, crushing in on its own hull until it's the size of a coin, and you swim on, with her in your hands, leading you. And as you swim, you become subject to the most extravagant visions so extraordinary that you cannot even relate them to the human mind. The air constricts around your throat, but that doesn't matter, because in front of you, at the heart of the sunken deep, lies a temple, an extravagant, awe-inspiring structure at the center of the depths. Corinthian columns of marble, friezes, and metopes of ivory, and a spellbinding door through which you cannot see. Your desire to enter that temple has now become an inexplicable and imperious command which cannot be denied. Your own will no longer controls your actions. That is why, when you put on your diving suit, you wrote this letter to seal and entrust to the eternal nature of the sea. You have no fear. For what you have seen, what you are seeing, cannot be true. The light in the temple is a sheer delusion, and you shall die calmly, like any German, in the black and forgotten depths. And so as you glance for a final time at that great door, and walk boldly up the steps into that primal shrine, that silent secret of unfathomed waters and uncounted years. This was a story inspired by one from H.P Lovecraft called The Temple. I took some creative liberties. However, Lovecraft's version follows a German submarine crew who find a statue in the water on the corpse of a fallen soldier. Their boat slowly delves into madness because of this statue, this calling to find a temple at the bottom of the ocean. Please make sure to like the video, as that helps me a lot, and also subscribe if you enjoyed the story, as a lot of you aren't subscribed yet, and that would greatly help me make more videos. By the way, I started a Patreon, so please check it out for my scripts, or to simply support the channel so I can make more videos, more frequently, and at a higher quality. Also, join the Discord, we have fun there.